Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go over gold and silver. I'll give you my financial opinion, and let's just dive right in. So I'm going to start with the dollar. The dollar, remember, this is a relative valuation. It's just moving sideways above its support line. That big support line that we're looking at is that white line I have drawn across here. Usually in an expansionary phase, money rotates around. It originally kind of right off the bat strengthens, and then we turn and head lower. That's at least what it did last bull market at the peak of the 90s all the way to 2002, and then we started to decline in the dollar. Will that happen again? I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm expecting to some degree, is that this thing will strengthen, hit some sort of resistance point, could be where we're at now, and head lower. But again, that's difficult to say because this DXY is all relative. What that means is that other currencies, as interest rates go up, are more leveraged. Their housing markets are more leveraged than ours. And I would say that's probably the case. So we could see that. We definitely could see that. Looking at the 10-year yield, today we were up 1.86. We're basically at that support line. That support line is this line going across right here on the tops and bottoms of some of these right here. We are going and have broken the downtrend line, and this could be a new shift to increasing interest rate environment. We still have to see that if we can break through and hold above this white line. That shifts money around in the market. Increasing interest rates, bonds and stocks do not like increasing interest rates. So that money rotates over into our stuff. Commodities itself today was up. We've had a pretty rough sell-off the past 2 weeks. I want to see some buyers step in here and stabilize this. I don't want to see a free fall like we've been doing for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About this past week, we've got hit pretty hard. Gold, moving sideways, still above its large pattern, still looks good. Silver, getting a little bit of buying pressure today, little wick at the bottom. It's called a hammer pattern. Doesn't look too bad. And then platinum is scraping the bottom here. We've got a small little up day. We'll see if we can turn this little downtrend around. Very good pricing down here. I like it a lot down at this pricing. We're getting real low to a spot where we find a lot of support. The XAU to gold ratio, this is the gold and silver miners in relationship to gold. As this falls, we usually are in a sell-off period. As this goes up, and as you can see, we've got a nice good up day today. But as this goes up, that means that the gold and silver miners are outperforming gold. We still need to break this downtrend line. This downtrend line, when we break that, that's what needs to happen for what I call happiness. It's the happiness of gold and silver mining companies. It basically validates that we're in this big gold and silver miners bull market. Looking at the mining companies themselves, they've had a pretty rough couple of weeks. We've gotten this strong sell-off pressure. We get a little bit of buying pressure here. And usually when I see this, you kind of get more than just like a straight pullback. You might get kind of one of those pullbacks where we come up and then we head back lower again for a little bit. I still think that we are very early in the mix of gold and silver. They kind of work well towards the end when interest rates stop going up and we go into a high inflationary environment with interest rates that are kind of pausing out. Everything's kind of stalling out. And then they reflate after a deflationary crash. EXK, another one that is getting some buying pressure here. It's right on support. Actually looks pretty good. FSM, Fortuna Silver Mines, another one that's looking decent. We're very low in its overall large chart pattern. We're down there, guys. This is a pretty good spot to be looking. SILJ, still above the support line. Today, we were up some today. Again, this isn't a bottoming candlestick pattern, but we're up, and it's always welcome to have an up day every once in a while. Stop that downward momentum. GDX up today, going sideways on the big long-term picture right at support. Metallic minerals putting in a bullish engulfing. That actually looks good to go higher. I like bullish engulfings. That is a positive development there. Koya Resources, and again, guys, these are all on very short-term time perspectives. We're just moving sideways on Koya Resources. Discovery Silver, bullish engulfing. Those usually resolve itself higher. So that looks good. First Majestic, bullish engulfing. Probably going to go higher. That looks good. Remember, we're playing with statistical probabilities. This is also pretty low in its overall big picture view. Not a bad spot to be looking. NEM, moving sideways, getting a little bit of buying pressure today. Doesn't look too bad. We have a bullish engulfing here. This actually looks quite strong. Mag Silver, more bullishness. Bullish engulfing. Sometimes they come up, do a double bottom. Is that a double bottom to go higher? It's looking like it. It does look good. AUI getting some buying pressure, basically matching the day before. Impact Silver moving sideways. Aftermath Silver getting a little bit of buying pressure today. That looks a little bit better. Platinum Group Metals getting some buying pressure. These are bullish piercings, where you have the opening price lower and it pierces the 50th percentile mark. That's usually a reversal pattern to the upside. We also have large buying pressure, small selling pressure. This looks good to head on higher. It's also in a falling wedge pattern to some degree. If we were to put a big old, pattern, it's a declining channel, falling wedge. It's close. And then Siboney Stillwater getting some buying pressure today. The royalty companies, Sandstorm Gold. We've had a 35% pullback from the top to the bottom here. A lot of the pullbacks, they're 30 to 45%. So it's probably not bad looking at it right where it's at, especially sitting on support with a 35% pullback. Franco-Nevada getting some buying pressure today, looking a little bit better. Big picture view, we are coming right on this support line. EMX getting some buying pressure today, bullish engulfing, looks good to go higher. It does, it's looking good. Tune Resources moving sideways. Wheaton Precious Metals, we've had a 29% decline, and let's see if this thing can mount some buying pressure and move on higher. Gold Royalty Corporation getting some buying pressure. Metalla Royalty bullish engulfing here, guys. This looks like it wants to go higher, at least in the very short term. Mavericks Metals bullish engulfing, wants to go higher, sitting on top of support. Royal Gold. We have a bullish engulfing here. We went sideways. It's looking like we're trying to mount a move to the upside. It's looking actually quite good. And if you just do a quick, downtrend line, we're basically breaking that downtrend line right now. So that looks good. A Cisco Gold Royalties run on support. Is this a double bottom? We'll find out. It's looking a lot better than it did before. Altius looks good down here. Altius Minerals Corporation, another royalty company that's more of a diversified mining company, or a royalty company, diversified royalty company. It's got potash as well, but it's right there at that support line. Actually looks quite tasty down here. But overall, guys, it looks good. It looks a lot better than what it did. Now, we just need to see the buyer step in here now. We've got reversal candlestick patterns on a lot of these stocks. The precious metals themselves don't look too bad. If the 10-year yield just calms down, like we don't go up or down very much, and we get a weaker dollar, I think it will do very well for precious metals in general, and the mining companies themselves, and the royalty companies. They'll all do very well if we get a weaker dollar. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if we get a weaker dollar. I'm not calling for it, but I do think at some point it will roll on over. I just don't know the exact timing of it. And a lot of these companies, you kind of just, sprinkle in and then hold on, sprinkle in, hold on. And eventually they'll just drift on higher and start to break. That's what I think is going to happen, hopefully soon. But time will tell. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the website, the Platinum membership down below. We do have a question and answer session coming Sunday, 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time and 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, hour and a half each. That's where you can get access to me and ask questions. So that's all I've got for today. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.